Hi guys, Tracy here with a layout from our staycation. This is an Instagram that I took of the girls in the pool, and this layout is just all about how they wanted to stay in the pool forever. So I'm using my ruler to tear a couple of strips from the scraps that I have from the what is it called? The Block Party kit from Studio Calico, which is the January kit. I'm sorry my head is going to be in the way in some of this video because I inadvertently moved my camera and didn't realize that I didn't get it back in the right spot. So this is a manufacturer's strip from Fifth and Frolic, and then that's a manufacturer's strip that I end up not using because it's pink and I'm going to go with oranges instead. And there's another manufacturer's strip. It's that yellow striped one. And I'm going to end up losing one of those yellow strips, and it's going to drive me a little crazy. I'm tearing off a piece of the cloud paper that's actually from the card kit, so the pattern is a little bit smaller than the 12 by 12 cloud paper that came in the kit. This is the Block Party kit by Studio Calico, if I didn't say that already. It's the January kit, and I only have the main kit for this one. It also came with this great piece of Studio Calico vellum that you saw me attach there. So I've got that green triangle paper, the little polka dotted paper, and the vellum are what's making up my main cluster. And now here I am looking all over for that yellow strip. I could not find it. I drove myself a little crazy looking for it. I couldn't find it no matter what. I still haven't found it. So now I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do instead. So this Tim and Beck paper that came in the kit had some yellow strips in it, so I took one of those, and then I took another one that had yellow and orange and a chevron print and put that on there as well. I'm just ripping off some of the extra white parts that came that made themselves visible when I tore the cloud paper. So I put a little pop dot in there so that the cloud paper would not stick down quite as much. And I'm using my tiny attacher to put 3 staples in each corner, and that little arrow clip came in the kit. So I wanted to use that. It's kind of pointing at her fingertips. And now I've got the basic structure, so now it's all about how am I going to trim up this layout, and I wasn't 100% sure ahead of time what I was going to do. My background paper, by the way, is a light gray piece of cardstock that came in the kit. I wanted to use the chipboard stickers that came in the kit too, so that's why I picked that kind of thickers. Those green thickers are called Forest, and then the orange ones are called Nutmeg. I picked out a couple of smaller letter stickers that I didn't end up using. I wasn't sure if I was going to have Wrinkly be like the only big word in the title or if I was going to have all the words be big. I had to check the spelling of Wrinkly there. It looked wrong. I think whenever you do things in those cursive letter stickers, they always look a little wrong. So I always have to check my spelling. So there I am just filling out my ingredient list for this layout. And that helps me when I go to put this on my blog, if I ever get it on my blog. I don't know, I'm not great at blogging these days, but it also helps if I ever were to submit this for publication to a magazine, then I know all of the materials that I used. So I absolutely love these. These are called Nutmeg Journal letter stickers, and I think they're Amy Tangerine. But the journal ones, that font comes with a lot of the Amy Tangerine collection, and I just am so loving. It's like a gold, but it's got an orangey hue to it. It's really, really nice. I love it. So now I'm taking some of the stamps that came in the kit. I'm sort of challenging myself to try to use the stamps that come in the kit a little bit more than I have been. So I want some of them to be sticking out from under the papers. And sorry, I zoomed in and didn't zoom back out. So, and I'm using a gray ink by Stampin' Up. And I think I also used some Crumb Cake by Stampin' Up, which is a craft colored ink for the arrows. So I did the number line in gray and I did the arrows in a really faint brown. And now I'm adding some arrow stamps. Those came in another kit a while ago. They are Studio Calico stamps. And so I'm just stamping them off so that they hang off the page and go onto the background. And so that kind of determines where this cluster is going to be now, even though I haven't glued it down yet. I'll be sure to to glue it down in a way that it lines up with the stamps. So now I'm just having a look at my ink samplers and choosing colors that I think are going to match with the layers that I already have. So I picked the mint green tumble dye, cameo Mr. Huey's, and water cooler Mr. Huey's, which dry slightly differently on a gray background than they do on a white, but I still like the look of them. And so these letters are going to cover up the picture, quite a few surfaces of the picture, and just leave the bottom part of the picture showing. At this point, this was kind of a bit of an accident. I opened up my drawer to do some sewing, and there was a tangle of thread already in there, and I thought, oh, that kind of reminds me of Anna Maria. Is her name Wozniak or what? Anyways, I might have her last name wrong, but I think you guys know who I'm talking about. She's on the Studio Calico design team. And also Wilna Furstenberg does a lot of kind of messy string on her layouts. And I used to do it a lot with baker's twine, but then I kind of got out of baker's twine. Anyways, these threads just kind of reminded me of that. And I thought, hey, maybe I should try to do that on this layout. And it also solved another problem that I had because I was trying to bring some black into this layout. I don't know if you noticed I had that washi tape kind of pulled off and ready to put on the layout, but I wasn't sure how I was gonna. I just wanted some black on the layout just because I wanted some. And so that black thread is quite a heavy. It's like it's an upholstery thread. So it's quite heavy, and I've got it mixed in there. I've got some gray thread and some orange thread as well. And you saw me, I just kind of mushed it up with the palms of my hands, and then I hot glued it. And I hot glued it, of course, in the places where it would be covered by the layers of the layout. And then that hot glue also became the adhesive that I used to stick my layers down. So I did put that little piece of black washi tape up in the corner. I'm going to put another piece in the bottom corner. I just haven't done it yet. Just to kind of balance out with the black thread and the black that's in the photo. So here I am finally using the chipboard pieces that were sort of the main thing I wanted to use on this layout, is I wanted to get some of these stickers used up. So, and that of course is why I chose that color green letter sticker for the word wrinkly, because it's kind of this, it's a similar green to what's in those stickers. Although it turns out I only had one of the arrows. I wanted them to have more greens, but I had run out of them. So now I'm just using my tiny attacher to staple in the middle of the page. You just kind of open it up, and then I stapled through so many layers that there weren't many little pointy parts poking, like they were just poking through, and I couldn't really bend them. So I just covered them up with a really thick piece of packing tape, just so that nobody gets hurt if the layout gets pulled out. And now that K was not cooperating, it was kind of floating up off the page too much, so I put a pop dot under part of it so that it would sit properly. Put another piece of that black washi tape up there because I'm going to do a tiny bit of journaling there. I will often let my titles sort of speak for themselves, so that, you know, between the picture and the title, you kind of understand what this layout is about. So I didn't really feel the need to journal, because obviously she's got wrinkly hands and she's saying, you know, we want to keep swimming, we're not wrinkly enough yet. And I just sometimes I feel like if I do the journaling, I can't do it in a way that doesn't seem kind of like lame, like you're just kind of saying what, like I don't like to journal just for the sake of journaling, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And so unless if I have something that I think is kind of gonna add to the title in the picture, I will often not journal. So I know I get some questions sometimes about, you know, why don't you journal on more of your pages? But I just, you know, I don't always feel the need to. So I'm getting one of those Studio Calico diamond shape wood veneers onto my page. And then I also have some arrows from Lawn Fawn, and I put those on the page. And then I was kind of thinking about layering one of those zigzags, and then I kind of went a little crazy with lots of zigzags there for a minute, and then I took them off. So. And here are the close-ups. So I really like this little cluster here with that. I absolutely love the color of those labels. That they're by Twine and Ink, which I think is the same company as Studio Calico. And they're just this really cool shade of yellow that's almost a greeny yellow. And there's also some enamel dots that I got from Studio Calico before that have that same kind of color. There it is right there. It's kind of like halfway between yellow and green. I love, love, love that color. Also, there's a Stampin' Up! In color this year that is that same greeny yellow color. I just absolutely adore it. So there's another enamel dot. I might have been calling those pop dots. Sorry, guys. So now here are some of the close-ups. I took these with my iPhone because my photo studio is all up in it's crazy mess. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope these pictures turn out okay, and I hope this video turns out okay too, because this is my first time making a video on this computer. So hopefully I won't run into too many snags getting it. Hopefully I won't run into too many snags getting it uploaded. Thanks, guys. Bye.